This is Manifestation TV. Experience the moment.
The following program is rated GE, General Exhibition, suitable for all audiences.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Lifeline with Faith. My name is Faith Mutunga. I'm your host. And in studio today, I have an amazing set of men. Can you introduce yourself?
All right. My name is Amos Roby. I am a communication student and developing communications consultant as well.
Shule gani?
I'm in Mount Kenya University.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And you?
And I'm Travis Mbogo. I'm a journalism student, also a student entrepreneur. Yeah.
Student entrepreneur.
Yeah, student entrepreneur.
Okay. So it's gonna be an amazing show. Please stay tuned as we interact with this great gentleman here on Lifeline with Faith. So, university and finance life. Yeah? That's the topic. How is this topic of great importance?
First of all, it's good to note that we are not here maybe because we are financial experts. Maybe are we doing well financially, or maybe do we handle our finances well? But we survive. Just to put it on
Hustler nation.
We are a hustler nation, but we don't lack a meal a day. We have clothes on our bodies. So university and finances is something many people don't get through quite well. People struggle with finances at university, some not because of their will, but some also because of their will. So it's something really wide we can talk about the whole day, but maybe Travis has a different approach on that.
Not necessarily different. You see, in this age that we are in, the 20s, it's a very critical stage because it's the age where we are building our future. And financial, what do we call it? Financial knowledge is something and stability. It's something that actually defines our future. Some may argue, but the basic point is that we all need finances for our future. So the earlier we talk about it, the better.
And I read something somewhere, and it said that one of the most important aspects or one of the most stressful things in university life in finances, because there are two types of people. Kuna wenye wana struggle, wazazi hawana, because I understand some of them, the main source of income is from the parents. So kuna wenye wana struggle, na kuna wenye already wako nayo. Like they come from rich families, they don't need to struggle, And I'd like to understand something. In the campus life, mna survive aje? How do I say it? Which is the main source of income?
First of all, for campus students, largely, anyone in campus is largely dependent. A huge portion of those in campus and colleges are largely dependent on guardians, parents, and some sponsors. We've seen Equity, give kitties to students in universities. So largely it's dependence, and maybe the extra coin will come from something else someone is doing. Okay, we have campuses that offer their students per diems if they take part in co-curriculars and maybe
interesting.
So in maybe events, such gigs give students some little bit of extras, but largely, and the main source of income is from parents, guardians. It's from home.
From help, help.
Student
loans. Help, student loans. There's a bit of that, of student loans, and also we have sponsorships. Like in my school, for instance, we have a foundation. It's called the Mount Kenya Foundation, where the needy students apply and they get scholarships. So maybe your fees is paid, and then maybe you're given something small to see you through the semester.
Wow. And Travis, you as students, how has the COVID affected you? Because some parents lost their jobs, and even those university students who are working, some of them lost their jobs. So how has it affected you?
COVID has really I'm emphasizing on the really affected us because things are not the same as they were. You find that many campus students actually, as Amos said, relied on co-curricular activities to boost their financial status. Example is sports, drama, events, and they are no longer there. So you find that people in the sports department actually, they don't have anything to do. They can't earn the extra coin that they used to get. People in drama, people in entertainment sector. So you find that you actually need to minimize your lifestyle, your spending. Maybe you lived in a bed sitter, you shift to a single room. You used to take 3 meals a day, now you take 2. Some even take 1. Yeah, you have to adapt, you have to minimize your lifestyle. It's hard.
It's hard. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I think it's also keen to note that, the economy is largely interdependent.
Yeah.
So this DJ that has stopped playing is supporting a brother or a sister in campus. And this also, in a way, I can't clearly put it, but in a way, the economy is largely dependent. And when COVID came, it hit every sector. So if I hit this area, it will also affect the other area. And if one area is destabilized, it means there will be a whole ruin in the entire chain.
Yeah.
So largely, everyone has had to readjust on lifestyle changes. If you used to maybe buy clothes every month, right now you have to deal with what you have in your wardrobe. If you had to go out maybe once every week, there's no way you go out, because lifestyle, if you want to maintain that lifestyle, you become at a cost. And right now, things are really thick.
They are tough.
Yeah, but you also have those few exceptions. You have people who are thriving in this
Of course.
So we can't totally rule out that everyone is suffering. We have those who have maintained their lifestyle and probably even upgraded during this time. And they're students, and you have those that have totally adjusted. You can tell from how, even the physical stature, some have lost immense weight.
Oh God. Okay. You've mentioned that you get help from sponsorships, help hizo institution, umesema vipi hizo university programs, from sporting activities. But then, what are your priorities? I understand you have a social life, you have basic needs, that's food, shelter, and whatever. What are your first priorities the moment umepata hii pesa? Nini unafanya ya kwanza?
I think we all have different priorities, but we have those general priorities which everyone has. Number one is food. Everyone wants to, you can't survive without a meal or 2 a day. House rent, because most of us are living in hostels or live in rented houses. Most of these houses need to be paid for either monthly, depending on how you've agreed with the one leasing that you have. And also a bit of looking good. So these are the major priorities. The essential needs: food, shelter, and clothing. You can't be well dressed and you've not had a meal. You cannot be going out not to come back to any roof. Very important. So the major priorities are food, shelter, and clothing actually comes later. For others, clothing is a luxury. Maybe can. For others, clothing is a luxury. But I may be wrong.
It's true, but surprisingly, you find that for some people, those things actually come last. Especially in campus. You see, campus, there is a lot of pressure to fit in.
A lot. Peer pressure.
There is a saying, actually it's not like a saying, but it's like a saying again. When you come to Nairobi, people try so hard to fit in, and the only way you can fit in is by using money. Whether you have money,
and by using money, you please others.
You please others, or showing people that you have money. So you can find that someone lives in a very poor estate or maybe a downgraded one, but when the clothing amepiga luku vibaya tena sana, ameng'ara. Ama unapata mwingine ameng'ara lakini alikula sapa juzi ama jana. So kuna watu wanakuga na misguided priority. I tend not to blame them, but at the same time I tend to sympathize with them.
But then what can you tell these people with the misguided priorities? Unaweza waambia nini? Because definitely it's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. Actually, it's a very bad thing. It's a recipe for disaster. I tell them, look at your future in the long term. You look at your future in the long term, not in the short term, because these things actually they're here to please the short term, but in the long term it's you who will suffer, because they say that there are some things that you can do now that will affect your future. You're not eating well now, but you're wearing a 2000 sneakers. Your health will be affected, and this thing will haunt you in your future. You're staying in a downgraded area, and it's not that you cannot afford a decent place. It's because that your priorities are on going out for dates. It will affect you. So
I think it's also keen to note that you see at maybe age from when you're born to around maybe your teenhood, most of the actions you take are not like they don't largely determine your future, because then you're at the care of your parents. They make major decisions for you. But at this age where you're at your peak, right, 20 to between 30, here most of the actions you take largely determine your future. So it is at this age that you need to understand that what I'm doing now will be key in what my life will be like in future. And at this age also you're making very independent decisions. You're not under anyone's watch. So it's very important to understand what you really want in life, and is it the correct way to achieve what you want in life. Is what you're doing tomorrow, is what you're doing today rather, be positively seen in the future, or will it be negatively seen?
Talking of making or having to make permanent decisions, it's not about temporary things, what we are doing now, but our future. How is it going to be tomorrow? Do you think this financial thing, this financial statement, the government can do something and make it a course, maybe to educate even the students in high schools about money making, saving, finances, everything? Do you think it's an important thing?
I think it's important because most of the human being is largely determined by how he's nurtured. So it's not even by nature, it's by nature. So if you want to, you decide how an iron will be by shaping and continuously shaping. And if the government and because if we have these poor decisions, then in the future we don't have even the government itself. The government can put in place there should be those short courses. You see, the same way we have PE, because PE is just for the well-being of a pupil, a student. We should have these short courses, because the earlier we prepare them, the better. The better. And we should not wait until it's too late, when people have independence to make decisions. That we now decide that we will do this for you.
Very
another surprising thing is that you find that in school we are taught how to make money, but you are not taught how to manage our finances.
Very true.
And that is very, very dangerous. You see, I think the government should introduce short courses, just like Amos has said, on every course that you're doing, regardless of the nature, because it all narrows down to finances. You're doing that course to get money. So the government should introduce managerial courses. They tell you, despite making money, here's how you should spend your money, here's how to create a budget, how to save. And these things are not taught in school. You learn them outside, and these are the important things that we should be learning.
It's a very important topic, right?
Yeah.
I'm really learning a lot here in studio today with wise gentlemen here, but you're going on a very, very short break. We'll be right back.
Is Manifestation TV. Experience the moment.
Welcome to Lifeline with Faith. This is a show where we bring the best to you. We talk about business tips, entrepreneurship, health, mental issues affecting our youth. We mainly focused on the youth. What is really affecting the youth? What are the issues which are affecting the youth, and how can we tackle them? We'll talk about healthy eating tips, lifestyle tips. It's gonna be an amazing show. It's gonna be a wonderful show. We'll talk about the Word of God, having really great people on the show discussing great topics which would like you to know. People perish due to lack of knowledge, and that's why Lifeline with Faith is here to bring to you home what is best for you, what's best for your soul, through wonderful stories, survival stories of people who survived something great, stories of God, how God is an aspect point of our life, and many more. Stay tuned to Lifeline with Faith. See you then. I'm your host, Faith Mutunga.
Welcome to Jesus Manifestation Church, the Arena of Miracles, Kasarani. We are at Clay City.
This is Manifestation TV. Experience the moment.
Welcome back to Lifeline. I'm your host, Faith Mutunga, and we're still in our conversation, university life and finance. Travis, you mentioned that you're a student entrepreneur. Iyo ni nini, and what do you do as a student entrepreneur?
It may sound like a large term, student entrepreneur, but basically I'm a student doing business in school. You see, for you, in order to get your life in balance in terms of finances, and I'll give an example. There is a game called Monopoly, and it's a board game whereby you buy land, you purchase things, investments. It teaches us that in order to be really successful, there must be a flow of cash, whereby you give and you receive. But then you find that most students, they only give, but you do not receive. And you can only receive by doing business. So you find that your parent gives you pocket money, maybe 3,000 at the start of the semester. By the time the semester is midway, you're broke. You're very, very broke. And a lot of us suffer from that. So the likes of me, I sat down so that I started my business during this COVID
Which business
period. I own a laundromat.
A laundromat.
A laundromat.
Okay.
It's more like a dry cleaner, but a modern one, whereby people come, they wash their stuff, and then they go.
Yes.
So I started this business during the COVID period. You know, unafunga macho, you say if bad, you have nothing to lose. So it gets me going. You find that by the week, you can't sleep hungry.
And how is it so far?
It's catching up. I can't say that it has already picked up, but it's doing good. For me to sustain my life as a campus student, it's great. But maybe if I had a family, it wouldn't be that great. But then you see, actually, I tend to encourage people to start early. Because when you start at 20, maybe you'll get a kid at 27 or 30 or 25. Those are 7 years of experience that you've gotten. That's a lot of things that you would have achieved during that 7-period year of being in the job industry instead of now starting at 27. So I encourage people to start early. Businesses if you can.
And I really get something important from you. You're very young, you're still in the university, very wise, very intelligent. What has shaped you? because si wengi wako vile. What can you say has shaped you to become this wise, to become this young and intelligent? Because our youth are going astray. Amos, nini mekushape?
I think it's mostly life experience.
Experience.
Yeah, life experience.
Okay.
We've all been bred differently, and in some bit I'll say nature. Right? Because sometimes, no matter how hard you're nurtured, we've heard of people whose parents have struggled to, taking them to good schools, taking them to even abroad, but still, you don't get the results of the investment you've made. So it's two-way. We have nature and nurture. First, I'll say it's nature because sometimes we are born this way, and then the nurture now is to kind of furnish what is already in us, and the nurture comes in sometimes experiences, some life experiences. We've grown up seeing our parents, managing finances well, getting other things to do, beginning things. We've seen these things from not even necessarily from those close to us, even from those around us. Yeah, it could be the neighbors. We've had someone maybe who has been in university. Our neighbor was in university and now he's somewhere. These are the things that tell us, okay, you need to copy what that person
stay focused.
Stay focused. Yeah. So essentially, it's nature and nurture, but largely it's nurture. Experience and how you brought up. So if you have a poor upbringing, then you'll end up, likely to end up on that same road compared to someone who was, been bred different.
Absolutely, absolutely. Travis, what can you say? What has shaped you as a person?
For me, I'll talk about more of the experience because I've seen the double side of life, the side of having a lot of money and then the side of being broke. And it came to a point I say to myself, no, I can't be broke in my old age. So it shifted my mindset towards life. I started reading financial books, reading motivation books, and I really encourage people to read because all the answers that we seek, they are hidden in books. So by reading every day, I started seeing the world in a different perspective.
Wow.
You get encouraged to do things. You get mentors from books. So I came to discover that the recipe for success actually it's hard work. It's hard work. It's taking the risks.
No shortcut.
It's starting early. There is no shortcut. So I think all that combined gave me the ambition that I needed to do the things that I do now. Yeah.
And I understand that you are now students. Would you maybe think of having an initiative on educating our youth or anyone out there concerning finances and how to deal with this money, how to save, vitu kama hizo?
Actually, we were thinking about that, but we were a bit skeptical,
Sometimes it's hard to, I can't tell you. You need to be smart despite the small coins you have.
Okay.
And you're not smart. So it's, I think, something we take time after establishing ourselves, so you can go tell someone else, you need to start early.
Because you can come and tell someone that you need to do this and this. Now that person starts to criticize you. Where's your car? You're telling us
you came with a mat, man.
You're telling us
not
to
even
do
an
this.
Uber. You came with a mat.
You see, it's very hard actually, and I think that peer-to-peer conversations, they're the most difficult, because for me to come and tell a primary school kid, save 5 bob per week, that kid will see, wow, Amos has a nice shirt, has some nice sneakers, it will be easy for them. But for a class 8 pupil to tell another class 8 pupil, you know what, you need to save this. So, but then again, you're not saying that it's impossible. No, it's not impossible. It's that we are working on a strategy, because
so things have changed in a way. The kid you're telling is maybe twice as smart than you. So you may be telling a kid you need to save, and the kid could be more financially literate than you even are. The kid knows how the stock markets run. The kid knows, because nowadays with technology, kids are smart. So you need to develop a strategy that will, get to that kid who knows all this. You still have something ahead of the kid. Yeah.
Wow. And social life is an important aspect in the university life. You need to eat. You need to go to that birthday party. You need to go to Travis' birthday party. How do you cope with this? Unataka ukule na unataka ujibambe. How do you do it?
Actually, it's a challenge. It's usually a challenge because of the pressure. Amos has a birthday party and I'm broke. But then again, he expects me. Actually, he sends me a text message. It's my birthday. I expect a gift. So what do you do if you are in my shoe? It becomes it becomes a very, very challenging thing.
Sure.
But for me, I believe that you need to stand your ground. If you don't have, you accept that you don't have, and you work towards having it. If you have it, well and good. Now the problem comes whereby you have money, but it's not meant for that. It's meant for another thing.
Important things.
Yeah, important things. But then these people, they don't see the same perspective as you. They see that you have money. Now, that's where I say that also your friends matter a lot. The circle that you keep, because you cannot have 10 friends who are partyholics, and you don't expect yourself to be a partyholic. Definitely, you'll be a partyholic. But if you have 3 friends who know what they are doing, they'll understand you better. And this thing is real. The pressure is high. It's very, very high. And people are doing crazy things out here just to fit in.
True.
Yeah.
Actually, your social life is largely determined by your friends, the friends you keep, and your buddies, because all these pressures won't come, because pressures don't fall from heaven, or maybe it gets to an age and you're feeling they come from those around you. It's because I've seen in a nice dress that I'll feel I also need to get someone that dress. Yeah. So if I have friends who influence me towards a certain direction that is not right, then I'll definitely maybe fall into the pressure. But if I also have a group of friends that lead me another way, so it's majorly rooted on your friends.
On your friends. And it's a very, very important thing that most of us are struggling with, having friends who do not make us better persons. We have friends who are all about leading us astray. What can you tell our fellow youth out there? What can they do about friendships which are not meaningful? Because it's hectic. What can they do? There's no formula. Where's this Emma from today? I'll not be working with Amos. What can they do?
It's pretty simple. It's a hard decision, but it's easy. If you're not of any benefit, then we just cut you off. You find someone who's giving you positive influence,
energy.
some good some good vibes. But if you're leading me the other way, then we better not have that relationship. It's a hard decision, but it's important. Yeah. In future, you'll be grateful.
Yeah, true. But then again, I think it's usually very challenging because you're in the self-discovery stage. So the things that we do out here, you might not know if they are good or bad, because maybe you go to a party, you think that these are the right kinds of friends that you need. You hear people telling you, hey, manze omosh, this guy is a true friend. Alikubaia konyagi quarter. Because we are discovering ourselves. But I think you need to have that late night talk with yourself. I'm sure everybody has that, whereby you ask yourself some question. Yes, you want to buy that Range Rover. Yes, you want to build that business. But do you see yourself, the path that you're taking? Do you see yourself buying that? Do you see yourself doing that? Now you can start with that question. from starting with that question, now you analyze your circle.
Yeah.
How many people talk about their dreams in your circle? How many people actually are actualizing their dreams? From there, you'll get a sense of direction. You can see there are two, there are none. If there are none, run away.
I may want to be, say for example, a journalist, but those around me largely are oriented differently. So it's up to you to make decisions, because sometimes you don't have to cut them off.
Yeah.
What you have to do is just to loosen the ties a bit. Yeah. We are together, yes, but you loosen the ties a bit. Yeah.
Limits,
The
boundaries.
limits. Yeah. You have your lines. You've drawn. You said, okay, beyond this, we can't go. We can't go beyond that line. And over time, now the tie is now cut. Yeah. If it was meant to be, it will be.
Of course.
Yeah. And if it was not meant to be, the ties will, they'll just cut loose.
And what are the things which you would suggest that the students can engage in school to make more income?
School offers a lot of opportunities. Actually, it's up to us to look around, because there are events in schools. Actually, these drama clubs, these sporting activities, and actually, from what I've seen in our campus, I've come to realize that there are a lot of opportunities that you can do. A good example is the food industry in school. I don't think that it can be satisfied. So you as a young student, maybe you feel like you want to earn an extra income. You can just look around, see what's missing, or which gap has not yet been fully optimized. Jump in there, take the risk. And the thing that we fear most as young people is risk. We fear risking. We love, just 4 years ago or maybe 3 years ago, it was our parents telling us, making the decisions for us. You'll go to MKU, you'll go to this high school, you'll do this, you'll do this. So you are kind of in a comfort zone. So now it's up to us to make these decisions. I need to do this. Will it pay off? Forget about the discouragers. Forget about the reasons why they won't work. Go for it.
Oh, Travis, on that cannot. Acha tu twende break kidogo tu. Stay tuned.
Experience the moment.
The Lord. So welcome to Word Manifest.
Secondly, Jesus died for our sins. The reason why he went to the cross, it's because he came to save us.
Do they need to believe? Is the believing part makes you saved? Or you believe then you confess? What about people who say they believe, but they don't confess the Lord Jesus?
Welcome to Lifeline with Faith. This is a show where we bring the best to you. We talk about business tips, entrepreneurship, health, mental issues affecting our youth. We mainly focused on the youth. What is really affecting the youth? What are the issues which are affecting the youth, and how can we tackle them? We'll talk about healthy eating tips, lifestyle tips. It's gonna be an amazing show. It's gonna be a wonderful show. We'll talk about the Word of God, having really great people on the show discussing great topics which would like you to know. People perish due to lack of knowledge, and that's why Lifeline with Faith is here to bring to you home what is best for you, what's best for your soul, through wonderful stories, survival stories of people who survived something great, stories of God, how God is an aspect point of our life, and many more. Stay tuned to Lifeline with Faith. See you then. I'm your host, Faith Mutunga.
Is Manifestation TV. Experience the moment.
Welcome back to Lifeline with Faith. I still have the wise gentleman in the studio. And Travis, you were saying something. Ulikuwa unaongelelea the things the students should engage in, like businesses.
I can't really say that this will work, this will not work. That's up to you and the risk that you'll take. Be bold. Go out there, look for opportunities because they are there. Opportunities are there. Don't be intimidated by those that have already made it. Maybe you would like to open up a hotel, but then you see that there is a hotel down there. Those guys, whoa, will I be able to sell if they are there? Do not be intimidated by them. You just do your thing and do it to your level best. Trust you me, they work wonders.
One thing about university or school, this is one large market. It's a market for, first of all, everything, and everything and anything. All right, you want to go to food, you want to go to cyber, you have to go to media, computing, any sort of business we sell in university. But I also largely try to emphasize that at university, we are at our peak. We are very energized. We have very high thinking capacity. And so if you feel you're talented in any field, this is the time that you can use to, because again, there's a market, there's an audience that is ready to listen to you. If it's football you can play, there's spectators ready to watch you.
Of course.
Yeah. If you can act, all right, there's an audience ready to watch you.
There's something for everyone.
There's something for everyone. So you can't miss a thing. It's up to you to find your way. And that's why at high school, you are given these opportunities. All right? There's drama, there's music, there's sporting. Now they need to be amplified at, that tertiary level. And at this tertiary level, they come now with maybe an extra coin.
Yes.
Like I said, in any university, in most universities, people involved in co-curricular activities get, they get stipends, at least, even if it's not a lot, it's, it's an opportunity, it's a platform. We've also seen universities where some co-curricular activities, some talents, and new places in higher platforms. We have university students who represent the country in national teams. Where did they get that platform? It is in the university. So assuming you did not take advantage because maybe you felt the competition is stiff, you wouldn't have gotten that opportunity. And it's from that opportunity that you get, even higher opportunities. So I largely emphasize on talent. University students need to optimize their talents.
And also follow their passion. Because it is through passion you get a talent.
True.
And also, as they say, in this age gap that you are in, there is room for error. You can fail and get up. You fail, you get up. You do not have many responsibilities. You do not have a house that you're building. You do not have children that you're schooling. So there is room for failing.
Like it is okay to fail. It is okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from the mistakes.
And like I said, you're really energized in this phase. So which means if you err, it doesn't mean all your energy is down. There's more energy. You can still get up, do something else. And your thinking capacity is also higher at this very moment. So you make a mistake, you get up again. You make a mistake, you get up again.
You fall down, you get up.
True.
Amos, who is your role model? Who do you look up to?
There are many people I look up to.
Okay.
Maybe in my career line, because I'm in communication and journalism and all that, I look at, there's a lady called Julie Gishuru.
Julie Gishuru.
She has been very consistent. She's a lady who's not comfortable, because we saw her in our screens for some time and then she left. Okay, not that her star had stopped shining. No, she saw other opportunities elsewhere. I love her discipline. I love how she handles business and family. She's very professional, and I think in future, in the next few years, she's an emblem I'd like to, follow her footsteps.
God willing, may your dreams come true. Travis, who do you look up to?
I look up to this great man called King Kaka.
King Kaka, okay.
As a child, I used to love music a lot.
And then what happened?
I also like it. So King Kaka was among my favorite artists as a musician. Growing up, I ventured into business. I came to realize, wow, this guy, despite being a musician, is also a great entrepreneur. King Kaka is a great entrepreneur. I once attended a seminar of his, and I can say that the things that he talked about, I followed them and have not regretted any of them. Despite being an entrepreneur, he's also a charitable person. He runs organizations that give back to the society, give back to women. So he's a guy I'd like to emulate any day, anytime.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's quite a great thing to see young people doing the right thing, young people focused, you doing what you have to do for your future. What can you tell someone out there when you feel, I think I'm in the wrong path, I think I'm not doing the right thing? Ongelesheni tu youth pale nje.
I think I'll start by saying that you feel you're not in the right field, you feel you're not doing the right thing. This is the time you can dust off and say, I'm starting afresh. You'll have a few setbacks, of course. You've wasted time, but time, you'll recover this time because you're still young. You probably don't have a family. You probably don't have responsibilities. And if you have a dream, you think you're on the wrong dream, like I said, dust off, start afresh. If you're on a dream and you think it's the right path, keep following it, keep trying and seek more even opportunities, seek other opportunities. And hard work pays. There's no hard work pays. Yeah. If you work hard, there'll be a reward at the end.
Yeah. Travis, anything for our youth, our audience?
Definitely. For me, I'd say that it's never too late to do anything. Maybe some of us are feeling that our age mates are far ahead and this thing really demoralizes you. I can say that it's never too late to do anything, to start anything. And it's the small steps actually that get us there. You could be wondering, I want to do this, but how do I start? I don't have the money, I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the know-how. Start where you are. And there is a quote that I really love, and it says that when you truly want something, the whole universe conspires into helping you achieve it, so long as you put the hard work. So if you want to become a DJ, you don't have the machines, you have your phone. Learn the basic DJing skills. And we are living in an era whereby there is a lot of information, such that being ignorant, sorry to say this, is a choice. We have YouTube. Everything is on YouTube. Everything you need to know is on YouTube. So get there, get yourself motivated, start with the small steps, the humble beginnings, and eventually you will reach there.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm really grateful, and I hope you've inspired someone out there. And I really hope to meet you sometime in the future. See you winning, see you making it in life. I hope Amtal is focused on the way. Cindy,
Yes, I hope so.
That has been it from me, Faith Mutunga. This has been Lifeline with Faith. See you next time. Bye.